Today we will discuss the auditing portion and we will start the auditing standards for Islamic financial institution. This is the auditing standard number 1, and we will discuss the objectives and principle of the auditing. In our lecture we will discuss a couple of things like introduction, general introduction about Islamic auditing. Then we will see what is the objective, what is the general purpose of an audit, how we define the scope of an audit, what is the concept of reasonable assurance, because auditing is a tool, is a testing tool based on sampling, so we cannot give an absolute assurance. So what is the concept of absolute assurance and reasonable assurance? This is I will explain today. What is an auditor responsibility in terms of financial statements, like the scope and the extent of testing, what we are expected to do as an auditor, what are the concept of effective days, audit dates, accounting cycles, and how we adapt or adopt the standards in terms of technical procedures. This is what I am going to explain today discussion. Let's start our discussion from the objective and audit. There are two types of audits actually. One is internal audit and one is external audit. Internal audit is more focused on operational efficiency and effectiveness. It can enhance value by using systematic disciplinary approaches in day-to-day work. But when it comes to external auditor has to come outside the organization. He should have a valid audit license, and he should know about his scope, and the scope of his is to give a true and fair view about the adequacy of the financial statements. Now, in terms of audit, as an Islamic auditor, we should know the Sharia rules and principles, and we should know the accounting standards, and we should know the auditing standards that is applied on Islamic financial institution. Plus, we should know the domestic rules and regulations of the country in which we are operating. Islamic laws and rules are prevalent all over the world. This is not for one country or one specific set of mind. Islam is a religion of peace, and this is for the whole world, and we can apply anywhere by keeping a quality benchmark between the regional, domestic and federal rules and regulations in compliance with the Islamic auditing and standards. Now, in terms of objective, our objective is to give a true and fair view. Auditor, of course, by applying his technique, enhance the authenticity, integrity of the financial statements because of certain testing techniques, which in traditional auditing we say substantive testing, detailed testing. So when you test and have reviews about the information for a journal viewer or a reader of the financial statement, it gives more credibility to the integrity of the system of the organizations. An auditor should know what is the code of ethics for professional accountants issued by the IOFI and International Federation of Accountants, and these are some rules being auditor in conventional and Islamic. I will keep comparing both, so it should add value as comparative. When we say any code of ethics issued by chartered financial analyst, certified public accountant, or even it is an Islamic standard, we expect our members to be honest, fair, maintain the credibility of the client, confidentiality of the client. They should be objective, rational, they should not be emotional, their decisions based on facts and figures. Same way in terms of Islamic ethics, as we say, innamal amalu binniyat. We say that whatever we do is based on our intentions, so we should have always a positive intention. We should have, in Arabic language, we should have tawakkul, belief. When we apply these rules, we should have a fear of God, and we should have the Sharia life in our minds, so we can focus on giving a valued Islamic knowledge to the industry. So in terms of code of ethics, we should have righteous, integrity, trustworthiness. People should trust us, like our Prophet was called as Sadiq and Amin. Same way, any auditor, any accountant, he should be Sadiq, he should be Amin. Means he should be a trustworthy guy, he should be a custodian, he should have honesty, he should have fairness, he should not get influenced because of certain racism characteristics. He should not differentiate between certain things. He should maintain the objectivity. There are two words in English we say, one is objectivity, one is called subjectivity. When it comes to objectivity, objectivity means that when you take decisions, these are based on rational logics, facts and figures. When it comes to subjectivity, your emotional, your feelings, your gut feeling, your heart feelings is letting you guide you, which is not true. We should be rational, professional. We should be competent. When it comes to competency, we should have required knowledge, skills and ability to perform the task. So whenever you are going to do an audit, you should make sure that you are the right person and you have the right ability to do that. Most important is confidentiality, because Islam focuses on confidentiality. If you know the bad things about anyone, it is your prime obligation to keep it with you until it harms the society or general public in general. But in terms of clients, when we sign the engagement letters and they trust and give us unlimited access to the records, this is our moral obligation that we should maintain the confidentiality. We should not misuse this, we should not blackmail, we should not use this information for mal thinking and benefits. We should adopt a professional behavior. When we say professional, there is no definition for professional. Professional is an attitude which we expect is more accurate, more timely, more relevant, more specific. You should be more relevant in your talks, and you should have knowledge of the technical standards. This is what is the requirement in terms of code of ethics. When it comes to auditor should conduct an audit in accordance with the standards. He should do his best to apply all the standards, and wherever he feels that there is a lack or there is some areas, gray areas, he should bring it to the notice of the relevant committees so they can make certain decision making and policy making on these issues. Auditor should be good in planning. He should plan and perform the audit with professional competence. So he should know the right A to Z processes of auditing, like how to do a pre-assessment, how to sit with the client before the audit, how to identify the need of an auditor of the client, and what extent of work is required, how to analyze and how to apply the risk factors. This is what he should know in order to get the full coverage of the audit. Scope of audit is very important to define. And what is the scope of audit? The procedures that we need to require to do according to our Islamic rules and principles, and what is the international standards for auditing. We should see that it should not contravene in any case with the Islamic rules and principles.